Hey lads and ladies, the British guy here, and welcome back to our Dawn of Civilization series for episode 9. I do want to start this episode off by saying that I am slightly sick, so I do apologise if I sound a bit different. Hopefully it shouldn't affect the video that much. If you did miss the last episode, do go check it out. And thank you all for the support, by the way. Thank you all for 400 subscribers. I woke up one morning and saw we were on 400 subscribers. The support on the recent video you guys have gave was absolutely amazing. On all the videos you guys are just, I'm blown away. I actually cannot believe. Just thank you guys so much. Right, enough of that. Let's go straight into some wars and other things. I do also want to say we're very close to 500 subscribers now. I feel like we're easily going to do this by the end of the year, so thank you all so much. Anyways, as you may remember from last episode or an episode before that, the Paratan nation no longer has the same royal family it did before. They are in this weird aqua neon whatever color that is. Sorry to every artist. Yeah, these places aren't the original Paratan royal family. They don't hold the Puratan name, which is what the nation was named after. It was named after the first king with his last name Paratan. But due to the fact that Paratan royal family isn't even here anymore, the Paratan history and its culture, religion, even though I think they are the same religion, yeah, that blue religion is very popular. But yes, their culture and history will remain a part of their nation, but they're no longer called Paratan, and they will no longer be the colour red. Due to their government change, they are now a slightly different shade of red. I guess you could say goodbye, Paratan. You want to name this country? Let me know. Up in the north, the Northern Kingdom, no longer known as the Northern Empire, because their empire have broken away, and this island green nation here are having a discussion about a possible union once again. As you know, throughout history, these two places have always united, and they have never stopped uniting. They kept uniting and falling apart and repeating the same process for years. So they're once again having discussions in the green capital, which is this island here, about the union and reforming another union and a new kingdom, no longer completely run by the Northern Kingdom. It'll be more like a shared government, a shared country between two different separate governments. These two countries here with the border dispute, they do end up talking in the capital of this grey-purple country, and they discuss this land, and very, very peacefully they actually come up with a pretty nice deal. As you can see here, this is the new border of this region. It was disputed, no longer is. The grey-purple nation is actually going to be kind and let this dark red nation take more of this land, because they're doing slightly worse out of the two. They're doing worse economically and all that stuff, whilst the purple grey country isn't. They've got the capital on this very important lake down here, and they've also got access to trade up through this river. This country doesn't have any trade. Well, any access to trade routes. They just get it all from the Grey Purple Nation, so they were kind enough and just let them have this land for further development. This green country here, smashed between 5 different countries, is very ethnically divided. It is not a stable nation. Its borders aren't 100% clear, and the country is full of different ethnic groups from all of these surrounding countries, including this orange nation here. The leader of this nation knows that he cannot hold this place together. He knows that this country will collapse at some point. In fact, it doesn't have sea access, any rivers, any hills or anything. It's just plain flat land, a very low population, a very divided population. He knows that this country is not going to last long, and he does not want to be here witnessing the whole thing collapse. So he does the only sensible option and starts to divide up this territory. Dark gold country is going to claim these territories. The light blue nation gets its ethnic groups in this country. This black nation gets a huge chunk of land as well. This yellow nation gets their territory. And finally, the blue and orange team gain these territories. Why does the orange team own this? That's probably what you're thinking. They own this because years ago, there was, obviously if you remember, this is the same country that was here at the start of the series. They just got taken over by Paratan, which no longer exists because it's a new government. But they were this whole region up here. It was a settlement they sent up here of a group of people. They set up a tribe, a little tribal settlement, which eventually evolved into a town under the Paratan leadership. And then during the collapse of Paratan, they were just kind of united with this group here, but now they've got not their independence, but they have rejoined their ethnic group and their country that they were from years and years ago. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is this territory here, it was settled by the orange team hundreds of years ago. The blue team and the orange team have decent relations. So the blue team is allowing the orange troops, goods, and even civilians to walk through their country in the north to access this one province here. This also boosts the I just realized that's their capital. I'm gonna have to change that. There we go. This boosts the relations of both of these nations. They were already getting along nicely together before. They're getting along even better now. Now this state here is what is actually this dark green ethnic group. The leader is still going to be here, but he knows that the nation cannot survive on its own like this without any sort of goods or anything like that. So this dark green leader knows that it is of best interest that they become a puppet state under the black nation, where they are given economic development, food and supplies. If you ask me, this is a really smart move. That is a really smart move. In order to survive, I would have done the same. In the fight between this tribe and this rebellion tribe, the lime tribe starts to make more ground. This orange tribe stretches up to the remainder of the blue tribe, where they now start sending supplies. Around the flooded lands, this tribe that was once here has successfully regained all this territory that they had before the flood, and a new red tribe is formed as well. Flood up here is slowly going back to the ocean, and after a few more years this water has successfully returned back to the ocean, and this territory in this part of the world, it starts to do the same, however a lot longer. During the formation of this red tribe as well, this red empire continues to expand, and it reaches the coastline back to the old world. In the very northwest of the continent, the world, Varangia no longer does anything Viking related. However, many people still like traveling. Many Vikings still like exploring and still like using the coast to earn money. So King has come up with a new plan. Instead of using the Vikings to go and pillage to make money and make them happy, how about they use the Vikings to go and explore new lands? So they're going to do exactly that. So Varangian Vikings leave Tottenham. They go through this tiny strait between this light blue nation. They go up between these two orange islands. They go past yellow team, and they keep going. They keep going across the ocean, and they keep going, and they keep going, and they keep going, and they find two islands. They now have two islands. Where are these islands? They have no idea. You will know where those are. They're right here. This has now marked the furthest point any Western civilization has made it to the other side of the world. The Varangians and their Viking explorers have made it closer, made it more further east than any other civilization so far. They're going to return back to the king and report their findings, where they will get paid for their job. I think what I'm also going to do here to make this look more like a vassal state is I'm going to change the color slightly. There we go, much better. For the first time ever in this series, someone is moving their capital. This northern dark yellow country is going to change their capital to a more secure, more economically stronger position. Their old previous capital in the north becomes just a city, as their city in the south becomes their capital. The country with the Puratan family, they are finally going to give up all hope as they leave the kingdom behind, and they're not happy with what they've done. They've realized that they could have conquered the world. They messed up. They treated people badly. After years, hundreds of years of trying to expand, trying to conquer things, and trying to reclaim the territory just from this tiny civilization, they have finally given up and realized that it is no longer possible, especially with the world population starting to rocket up and more nations continue to grow stronger. The royal family of this nation is gone. They leave the kingdom behind and they establish a new royal family. They establish a royal family from a tribe that was here hundreds of years ago. This family is pretty much just civilians at this point, but they got a letter through the door saying that they are now the king if they would like to accept. They say yes, and this old tribe that was here, the old royal family from a small settlement hundreds of years ago, is back in power as the leader of this new kingdom. With the ending of everything Paratan in the world, this country has a new color. Let there be war in this episode. This camo green country and the brown country are going to sign a mini alliance as they work together to defeat this long orange gold nation. For what reason? There isn't really a reason. They just want land. So both nations start their invasions into this nation. Both these nations start their invasions, and as you can see, it's going very well. This dark gold orange country does not have much of a military, and it never really did, as it didn't put their focus towards the military. Probably why they saw the opportunity to invade, and pretty much at this point, this nation has surrendered. So we'll take a look at the peace treaty. Here is the peace treaty then. You can see it's pretty basic. Both nations pretty much divide the nation in half. They get the territory that they all occupied. And in the north, the nation gets to live as a nation for the ethnic groups on these mountains as they try to stabilize their kingdoms. This is a kingdom that was here on this mountain long ago, try a bunch of settlements on this mountain. So they establish it at the remaining borders of this nation that they just carved up to start the stabilization process of the mountain regions that they hold. This yellow nation, the southern yellow nation, is also pretty happy with this. They think this is smart considering they have most of the mountains down here. Now heading slightly up north, but in the same continent, the black nation here got their independence from the Dark Cyan country during the age of collapse, but they want more territory. They didn't get all the territory that they wanted. They wanted this island, then they wanted to push up to here. So very unsurprisingly, they declare war and they immediately start sending forces into this nation. They start to make some nice progress as the Dark Cyan nation has to move their military away from this dark purple border here, as they have to move them down south because they were getting ready to do their own invasion of this dark purple nation here. Alucia is going to send in some supplies to the Cyan, as they are really good friends and have been the whole time throughout history. And the Black Nation does something very smart. The Black Nation knew that Dark Cyan was going to declare war on this dark pink purple nation, so they meet up with the leader. During this discussion, they successfully managed to get this pink purple nation to declare war on the Dark Cyan nation, so they start their own invasion in the north as well. Now the Dark Cyan team is pretty much freaking out. They don't know what to do. During the time of the pink, purple, whatever colours invasion, this continent tensions, they start to slow down, they start to lower, as things start to get a lot more calmer in this region of the world. This nation here, hearing that the Paratan name has gone, rejoins the Old Kingdom, and this Nime nation and this Dark Cyan nation also unite, where this city now becomes their capital, and this is slowly actually cleaning up this region nicely. The Brown Nation, the Camo Green Nation, and the Southern Yellow Nation all sign a non-aggression pact. It doesn't really mean anything, but it just shows that all three of these nations don't really want any trouble with each other. And in a very interesting turn of events, Brown Nation and this Green Nation are going to sign a defensive pact. They will defend each other from any invaders. Meanwhile, the Light Blue Nation starts an invasion of the Green team. Wait a minute. I thought you said they signed a non-aggression pact. Yes, they did. Unfortunately, due to technology being not that great in the year, but I would say the year right now is probably 1,000 AD. I'd say it's 1,000 AD. The technology isn't that great. Therefore, the team has started their invasion of the Green team. They want to regain the territories they once had, because if you remember, they had all of this territory here. There's a bit more here, but that's about it. Before they got engulfed by the Lion team and then taken over by Puratan, then Paratan exploded into a bajillion countries, and now they're back. The Light Blue team was not aware of the Dark Green and the Brown team's defensive pact. They started the invasion, and a few days into the invasion is when they received the word of the defensive pact. Now, the Light Blue Nation is saying that it's not real, and they're making up an excuse to go to war with them, but actually the Light Blue team is wrong. If they invaded a week earlier, they would have been fine, but unfortunately for them, they invaded a few days after it was signed. Therefore, this Brown Nation has also declared war on the Light Blue team, as they do help their ally down in the south and their friend down in the south, this Green Nation. This red tribal empire does some expanding along this pink-purple border, and they expand on the coast, but they do another expansion on this light blue border. And on that note, that will be it for today's episode of Dawn of Civilization. Sorry if this one is a bit short. Like I did say, I am a bit sick, but I do want to record for you guys. Plus, I enjoy making this series. It's actually genuinely quite fun, and I hope you enjoy it too. Once again, thank you all for 400 subscribers. We are very, very close to our end year goal of 500 now. Thank every single one of you. The support you guys have been given is amazing. If you do have any names for anything on the map, whether it be cities, countries, continents, rivers, seas, or anything, do put them in the comments below with a timestamp or just explaining what you're trying to name, and I will put them on the map or use them in a video. If you have any other game recommendations, whether it be horror, strategy, or anything else, literally anything, put it in the comments below and I'll be sure to check them out, and you might see a video on them. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and have a good one. Oh, and also join the Discord server.